welcome back to Asia Now. In this video, I'll give you the latest update on Elliot Eastman, the American vlogger who was kidnapped in October and has not yet been seen. The police have recently just released a statement through a phone interview to some journalists, and it's been released to actual mainstream media like the Inquirer or the Sun Star, the Phil Star. So I got this news initially about 2 or 3 hours ago. I waited a bit to make sure it's not just some random person saying stuff, because a lot of times people like to take these stories and just give opinions, make it seem like fact. So this is the latest update. Police now believe that American vlogger Elliot Eastman likely passed away following his abduction in Zamboanga del Norte. Though his body remains missing, Eastman was kidnapped from Subico town on October 17th by 4 armed men posing as officers. He was wounded in the leg while resisting, according to police. Quote, "We want to believe that Elliot Eastman passed away because of the testimonies we got from a witness and one of the suspects." End quote. Police Regional Office Pro 9 acting spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Romancilio Sawan told reporters in a phone interview on Thursday. Sawan said that one of the suspects, in an extrajudicial confession made last November, admitted that Eastman passed away and that his body was left in the waters near Zamboanga City. This statement is corroborated by a witness account provided in October. Despite these testimonies, Sawan said that Eastman's body has not yet been found. Quote, "Although we have one witness and another witness corroborating what was said about Elliot Eastman's passing, we still aren't able to find his body." End quote, Sawan explained. Quote, "Although we tried to search for any signs along coasts on nearby islands, but we still haven't found anything." End quote, he added. Eastman's family has been informed through the police's coordination with the United States Embassy, according to Sawan. He added that the police are keeping their lines open for any information about Eastman and are coordinating with authorities, particularly agencies with the sea assets in Zamboanga Peninsula. Pro 9 maintained that it has yet to determine the motive behind Eastman's abduction. Eastman, a YouTube content creator from Vermont, USA, had been living in the Philippines for 5 months after marrying a Filipina from Subico. The U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation joined the investigation in October. On October 29, police filed complaints against 6 suspects for taking him and serious illegal detention before the Zamboanga del Norte Provincial Prosecutor's Office. 3 suspects in the case were arrested, while 3 others remain at large, the Philippines National Police announced on October 31st. Meanwhile, the 3 other individuals linked to the crime group were implicated in Eastman's case after being perished in a clash in Zamboanga, Sibugay on November 12th. And that is the latest update. During a phone interview, police spokesperson said that because of confessions obtained and witness corroborating the confession, that they believe that Eastman is no longer alive. Although not 100% confirmed still, I just don't see how they can confirm it if they cannot find the body. It's really difficult to really actually find out what happened, but this is the latest update on the situation. I know many of you guys have been asking me in the comment section, emails even, what's going on with Eastman. I don't have any idea, so I basically go off whatever's in the mainstream media, or I do a little bit of digging to find news articles that have yet been translated to English, and I do some anyways. Regardless, this is the latest update. Leave your thoughts down below. Of course, just pure speculation at this point. You don't even have to comment, actually. I don't want this to be like a whole thing, but regardless, that's the latest update. If you guys don't know what happened to Eastman, I'll give you guys a little bit of a reminder what's going on with the YouTuber Elliot Eastman. On October 17th, 4 men abducted Eastman from his in-laws' house in the coastal town of Subico. The American national reportedly resisted but was wounded in the leg. He was then brought to a boat that headed for the high seas. No ransom demand or proof of life has since been received from Eastman's abductors. Furthermore, he was fearing for his own safety in several of his vlogs. If you go to his Facebook page or check out his YouTube content, oftentimes, or at least a couple times, he's mentioned not getting any positive looks from certain individuals, and he kind of hints at being abducted. Also, there's been rumors that he is lending out money at an interest. And furthermore, there's been a first marriage to a Filipina lady who was a Muslim woman, and he left her for a second Filipina lady. So there's this assumption that it has something to do with that love triangle situation. But once again, all of these things haven't been confirmed 100%. The thing is, I just don't see why someone, because 3 of those men that took him have perished now in a battle with the police and everything. It makes no sense to ask for no ransom or provide proof of life or say anything. None of these guys are actually like, except for the confession itself. I just feel like if that were true, they'll probably give a bit more concrete evidence or say something that's legit, right? Because at this point, the family's waiting. Americans, anyone that's watching, anyone that wants to like be safe in the Philippines wants to know what is going on, and not to blame people. A lot of people, of course, he made a lot of errors, and when you come here, living here, you have to behave a certain way. I'm not trying to blame the victim here, but a lot of your actions might have some very bad consequences, or if you are purposely trying to antagonize someone, something may happen. Not saying he did this. My point is, you listening to me, if you want to come to the Philippines, I'm saying let stories like this kind of be at the back of your mind, that when you're outside and about and around and you're just living your life, just try to not disrespect people around you. Know the culture, know the religion, know the people in the community, the barangay. Anytime money's involved, several stories in the Philippines when there's money transactions happening and foreigners, it does not end well. Sometimes that's any country. I'm not saying this because I'm saying the Philippines is dangerous. It happens all over the world. But when it gets highlighted like this, it's a reminder that we are basically not from here. We don't know much about it. Some of you guys might be born here, I don't know. But the majority of people coming to the Philippines as a tourist, as a husband, a partner, or someone that wants to retire here, we have to keep that in mind, that some of those safety nets that we have back home maybe does not apply here. Now, as far as crime rates and all that, that's a whole different discussion. Like, I don't know, I'm sure the US probably has a higher crime rate per capita, maybe, I don't know. I'm not talking about that. I'm not comparing countries. The point is the Philippines. That's the point. I'm talking about the Philippines, your behavior, what you can do, what's in your control, what's not in your control. A lot of these things possibly can be avoided if you just are respectful. Once again, not saying he did it, making it very clear before someone jumps on my ass about this. My point is, you have some degree of control over your behavior in any country, Philippines, Thailand, anywhere you go. Don't overly drink and don't insult people. That happened to that MMA fighter, right? Another American lost his life. Who knows what the real story is there, again, at a bar in Cebu a few months ago, probably over maybe a year now. So stuff like that. Sometimes you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Sometimes it's people that are doing the crime, right? That's their fault. Yeah, it happens. But things that you may have control over, at least do your part to make sure you reduce your risk. And that's all I'm saying. I hope they find American vlogger Elliot Eastman still. I personally have some small degree of hope that he's still alive somewhere. Perhaps the abductors might feel like it's their only bargaining chip to have any hope of not facing any prison term. I'm not sure. I don't know what people think when stuff like this happens. The ransom thing may be too difficult now as the case is too big. I think they feel perhaps if they ask for a ransom, it might give up their location. And yeah, at this point, it's all just pure speculation. But that has been the news today all over the media in the Philippines, that now the police believe he is no longer alive based on the confessions and based on corroborating eyewitnesses. And that's the end of this video. I still have some hope. You guys can catch me tomorrow with some regular news content. One thing I want to talk about is a lot of expats do live in Mindanao area, even down south, even maybe perhaps near this gentleman. So one story doesn't automatically make a place completely bad as well. So if you guys live in that area, if you know someone that lives there, share your stories. Let us know what this story has wrong, what it has right. If you know anything about it that I don't know, share your thoughts about safety in the Philippines and the southern regions, because I hate for cases like this to brush the entire region with one stroke, saying basically all of that area is bad. Of course, certain areas are more dangerous than others, but I want to know from real life individuals that are expats living in these regions, what has been your experience? Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.